Okay, hey everyone. So really excited to be opening up this 9 Matchbox mainlines. So as you can see over here, I have 8 of these power grabs and one that is the normal blister pack. Now really excited because I think some of these are really new and I can't really find much information on some of these castings online, and so really excited to open up and see how detailed they are and give you my first impressions on these castings. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into it. So yeah, the first car that I'm going to open is this the blister pack. Now the 1992 Mazda Autozam AZ1. So this one I think looks really good. um you know uh amazing card art, very futuristic kind of scenery over here. So let's just open up this. It's a 1992 casting. I mean, it's a 1992 Mazda Autozam. The year of the casting, let me just take a look. So okay, so let's take a look at this casting. So this let's take a look at the copyright date. Now it's actually a fairly recent casting, right? Copyright date is 2022, so likely to be released in 2023. Now this casting I really love because it has details, a lot of details. Now so over here you can see there's actually the sidelight markers, and look at the tail lights. Just really nicely done, as Matchbox always does. And a nice break from the gray the chassis, plastic chassis, but it's just really cool. And the way that it did the metal over here and the plastic for the sunroof is just really nicely done. And I love the sort of the window piece as the headlights. That again is a really nice touch. So overall this is a fantastic casting. I'm really happy to be able to find this casting on the packs. So yeah, now let's move on to the power grabs. So I think for the power grabs, the main thing is I can't see inside, right? So it definitely is a bit more mysterious. I don't know what I am getting, but obviously I can do some research online. I could do that, but I think some of these castings are really new and I was not able to find any information online, so I just had to get them and see what I was getting, because there's no other way. So this however is not one of them. This is the Porsche 914. So as you can see, this is a very old casting. It's a 2009 casting. So very old casting, but you can kind of see that it's an old casting just by looking at it. Now however, it's still a really cool casting. The way that they did the brakes, just look at this. So the interior is a chrome interior, and you can see that the chrome interior extends out to the back, and then there is this black plastic piece that I think should be part of the top, the roof piece. And then there is the tail light details that's being done, and the 914 temples. Just the back just looks really good. The sides, nothing really on the sides. The front you get again the chrome and the black, just looking really nice. Headlights are down so you can't see it. Porsche on the windscreen. And so overall just a really nice casting. I know it's a very old casting and it is pretty small, comparable in size to the Autozam, but yeah, I think Matchbox just really excels in doing these realistic models, which I love. So So let's take a look at this one. So this is one casting that I think this particular livery is new, and so I was not able to find just any information on it online, and I'm not sure whether it has headlights on and tail lights. So this is one that I just kind of bought, and I really want to see whether it has those details, but I do know that it has a side livery, which means that Matchbox typically will not do the front and back, which yeah, I was right. So slightly disappointed with this one. So this is the 2004 copyright date, 2015 retool date, 2005 Ford GT. So this one is a nice side livery with the side lights, but you know, with that you sacrifice the front and the back tempos, and so overall, yeah, this is not really my kind of casting because it's just not a very clean casting. So I don't really have much else to say about this one. It's not the best. Yeah, so I'll park this at the back. Now let's move on to the other castings that hopefully will have the front and back details. So now let's move on to the 2019 Ford Mustang Coupe. So I actually also am not sure whether this has front and back details, even though I don't think this is a new casting. But let's take a look. Yeah, it looks like this one has those details, which is awesome. So it's a nice sort of pastel blue color. So this particular casting is from 2019, and the details are nicely done. So the Mustang logo is not really very obvious, so they didn't do that piece, but the headlights very nicely done. Nice wheels, nice realistic wheels. I love these standard 5-spoke, and the back as well, very cool. Yeah, so this is quintessential Matchbox, which I love. So that one is a win for sure. So let's park that at the back as well, and move on to the Mercedes-AMG SL63. So again, not a new casting, and I think this one has front and back details. So let's take a look. Yes, and you know, this color is really nice. It's not really a gold color. It's sort of like a darker yellow, and just look at the graphical representation of the headlights and the grills. It just looks really good. What is that? I think the one thing is the grills is not perfectly centered. If you really take a close look, you know, it's not perfectly centered with the hood, but you know, it's not too bad. You know, I can look past this one. So yeah, it's a nice the interior color is a bit odd. Nice wheels, and let's look at the back tempos. Again, really nicely done. So yeah, I'm really loving this one, except you know, the front tempos, you know, yeah, if you're not really looking for it, you can't really notice it, but overall it's still a pretty good casting. I like this one. So let's put this at the back. Now let's move on, and I'll grab the Maserati MC12. So this one, it originally came in a white color, but this particular one is in blue, which I think looks really good. So let's take a look. And so here's the Maserati. Now this one is a new casting, so it's a copyright date is 2025. It's a 2004 Maserati MC12. Really nice color. Maserati logo is very clear, right? And the headlight tempos pretty nicely done. Quite a bit of details, right? On the hoods and on the sides of the fenders. Nice blue chassis, which goes well with the blue color. It's a blue interior as well. And just look at the back details. So yeah, look at those the braking lights, the sort of the exhaust that's being done. Just quite a bit of nice touches to this particular casting. The wing is part of the bottom piece. So yeah, overall really like this one. This is done flawlessly, so really like it. So that's for the Maserati. And we have the last 3 remaining castings, and I will first take a look at the 2023 Subaru Outback Wilderness. Now this one is a new for 2026, so I couldn't really find too much online, but hopefully it has front and back details, because I don't think there's any side liveries. So knowing Matchbox, it would be a clean model with front and back details. So let's see if that is the case. So here's the casting. 2023 Subaru Outback Wilderness, copyrighted is 2026, so this is a very new casting. And now let's look at the details. So first impressions, the grille is done decently, right? The Subaru logo is really nice, really crisp. Nice blue, nice headlight details, and overall this is a quality that is definitely very nice, expected of a Matchbox. So yeah, overall it's a nice SUV. The wheels are quite decent, and let's look at the back. Again, just fantastic. Really like it. So Outback, license plate, Subaru. Yeah, just really nice. Okay, so now let's move on to the last 2 castings. Now these are from the Matchbox, the movie. I think there's an upcoming Matchbox movie which is really interesting, and I think it features John Cena, and so it sounds pretty interesting. So I don't think there's too many details of this movie that's being released, but for now, at least I know that the castings for the movie, they typically have more tempo details compared to the normal mainlines. And so if you see any of these castings, do grab them, because they have more details, right? So yeah, let's look at this the Ford Mustang Fastback. So let's take a look. This particular casting, it was released in light blue and has already been in the mainline this year, but because this is the movie casting, and so actually it has an additional detail, right? So the original casting that was released this year does not have the headlights, whereas this version, because it's the movie version, it does have it. So really cool, and it has the stripe at the top, chrome interior, nice wheels, details at the side as well, so you can see the Mustang and the side lights, so really cool. And then it has details at the back, so definitely if you see any of these movie castings, do grab them, because it has all around tempos. So definitely a really good deal, that has quality that is higher than the mainline for a mainline price. So really like this one. And the last casting that we'll be showing today is the Chevy stock car. So I think this would be my favorite out of all of these castings today. So let's take a close look and see what we have. So yeah, this is really cool. So Wentech, not sure if that's a real company, but just look at the amount of detail at the front. Look at that. Headlight tempos, just a typical stock car kind of look. Very strange look and very interesting. And now look at the sides. This is just amazing detail. I'm not sure if some of these sponsorships are real, but you can see the sponsorship tempos on the windows, on the grills. It's just really small but very clear. Details at the back as well, and the taillights again look pretty funny, but that's just a stock car for you. It even has the white roll cage, so quite a lot of detail to this Chevy stock car. So this is definitely my favorite casting today, just because of how unique and interesting it is, with a matte black color. Just really cool, all around tempos again. So definitely if you see any movie castings, definitely get it because of the all around tempos that you'll be getting, and for the Matchbox mainline price. So yeah, so these are the castings that I've opened up today. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.